Welcome back to the no nonsense and to the point weekly market update, which I try to cover everything in one short video for you to help you through your following trading week. Now, this is the updates week commencing the 22nd of May, 2023. And in this one, I'm actually going to be conjoining the legacy markets, the stock markets and all of that kind of stuff, as well as crypto. And I think I'm going to be doing that from now on because actually getting 2 weekly market updates for you over the weekend is a bit much. Anyway, let's get straight into it. In today's update, I will be covering what happened this week, of course, right? Starting with headline news, and the main headlines being, the whole NVIDIA, right, soaring, okay, the AI rise, okay, that affected the markets with Nasdaq in particular. The hardware wallet ledger, okay, with the whole ledger wallet fiasco. We're going to talk about debt ceiling talks, economic news, and data of the week that we saw this week and what to expect next week. Of course, as always, we're going to be finishing off with a quick weekly market close summary for the most impacted markets. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it now. Disclaimer, of course, as always, please understand none of this is financial advice, just my own personal thoughts, opinions, and experiences. And if you are looking for financial advice, please seek a professional to do so. So let's start off with the major coverage of this week, which is how we always start these updates. Now, on Monday, we had a slightly higher gain, right, in general across the board. But then on Tuesday and Wednesday, we experienced a sell-off as investors did not like how the progress of the debt ceiling negotiations were going. They continued to argue and debate, but the progress towards an actual solution. So there was a selling off of sorts throughout the day on Wednesday and of course as well as Tuesday. But then after the opening bell on Wednesday, we got a strong earnings report out of NVIDIA, and that sent the stock flying to new all-time highs on Thursday and brought, of course, up alongside with it the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq in particular out of their slump that they had from the previous 2 days. That momentum led into Friday, and all major indices were led by major tech names really rallying into the weekend. Now, moving on to a crypto-related headline, we also saw massive news in the crypto space regarding the Ledger wallet. Okay, that's a hardware wallet. If you don't know what a hardware wallet is, or if you are getting into crypto and you want to know about wallets, you can click this video right here where I've explained everything about wallets and crypto security. But anyway, the Ledger was the #1 most widely used cold wallet on the market. Now, in a nutshell, okay, Ledger released a feature called Ledger Recover, which had left users concerned about the online storage of their seed phrases and its need for a KYC process. Now, with this, I don't want to go into the whole backstory, in too much detail. But if you want to know more about this whole Ledger fiasco, the ins and outs, then go watch this video as well for the full story. But as an update since then, in response to users' concerns, Ledger decided to pause the release while working on refactoring the code and prioritizing transparency, as well as an open source roadmap. What's interesting here is Trezor, their biggest competitor in the space. Okay, they were like the #2 hardware wallet in the market. They had reached record sales, reporting a 900% week-on-week growth in sales volume. So not a bad week for them this past week. Now, let's go into looking into the economic news and what happened this week and what can we expect to see. So on Tuesday, okay, Monday we didn't really have a whole lot. On Tuesday, of course, it was PMI day, and we also had the Richmond Manufacturing Index and the new home sales, and that's what we're going to talk about now. The new home sales for the month of April came in above expectations, coming in at 683,000, okay, compared to the expected forecasted 665, and of course, the previous month of 656k. So that continues to be the robust side of the housing market at the moment, as the existing home sales side continues to be lackluster, as there's really just no inventory on that side. And I did cover existing home sales on last week's market update, if you remember, which I knew I was going to be talking about this, so it does connect. On Thursday, Wednesday, we had a couple of bits. We had Yellen and the FOMC minutes. I'm not going to really cover that. On Thursday, we had a few things here, and we saw the initial jobs claims, right, the weekly report come in below expectations, which showed continued strength in the labor market. Okay, so we're down to now 229k compared to the forecast 249 and the previous 225. But more importantly, Friday was the day for news. In particular, we did get the Federal Reserve's favorite inflation report, which is the PCE, okay, the Personal Consumption Expenditure Report. That's the one that the Federal Reserve actually bases their monetary decisions off of. Also, they say. And the PCE came in above expectations for the month of April, which gives the Fed some ammo to raise interest rates at the next Federal Reserve meeting if they so desire. And the numbers at the CME group, the ratio has gone up there in relation to that. Now, very briefly, let's have a quick look overview of next week. Again, Monday. Oh, now, bearing in mind, on Monday, it is a national holiday in the United States. So don't trade. If you are trading futures with CME and stuff like that, I believe they have got restricted hours. But in any case, it's a day off. Take a day off. If you are trading, just don't trade on Monday. Don't get caught out with that, especially depending on what brokerage you're with or what prop firm. You might have specific rules. For me, I'm clear of that day. Okay, I'm not going to be trading that day. Now, on Tuesday, we have got CB Consumer Confidence. And I did do a video on IBD, Consumer Confidence Index, right, which you can see right here yesterday. So if you want to learn more about consumer confidence, you can in that video. Now on Wednesday, of course, we have the JOLTS job openings. It is the first week of June, okay, or starting into the first week of June, so we know what's coming up there. Thursday, of course, manufacturing PMI, FOMC member speaking, all that kind of stuff. And more importantly, as always, first Friday of every month is the non-farm employment change, the NFP report. So again, if you want to know more about the NFP report, you can click that here. All of this is actually in my economic data simplified series, okay, which is a playlist where I'm putting any kind of reports and data that is released on the economic calendar there to explain to you the, how you can understand the data and how you can see how it will affect the markets moving forward. So let's take a look at how the markets finished for the week. And as always, we will be starting off with the Dow. Let's go to the daily. Here we go. So you can see we continue with a downward channel here as well. Now the Dow was down 1% on the close of play Friday at 50.34. The S&P was up by 0.3%. Okay, again, as we said at the beginning of this video, we know why. But more importantly, the Nasdaq, look at that, right? Some beautiful action there to the upside last week, especially Friday. And of course, as we said, it was led by the whole NVIDIA earnings report that came out. So if anyone was trading longs there on Nasdaq, well, congratulations. Now, oil was down 1.4% on the week to $72.67 here per barrel. The US interest, okay, let's look at the 10-year yield here. It did increase slightly to 3.81%. So again, you can see some nice upward action there, and we know what that means. In fact, actually, I'm going to be doing a video, so watch this space, as to what do the bonds mean? What do the US 10-year yields mean? How can we look at that into seeing the overview of the market? But anyway, let's move on because this is the news. Let's quickly go to gold. Gold was down 1.6% to $1,946.47 per trade ounce, right? So again, more downward action there. So that is the stocks. Let's now move over to, that was the weekly close summary. Now let's have a look at some particular stocks and their performances this week. Starting with, of course, the obvious, right? The rocket of the week, which was NVIDIA. NVIDIA was up 24.5% on the week. No, not a typo, 24.57% to $389 per share. They absolutely smashed it, soared on the back of a very strong earnings report. And for the people that don't know, a very bit of a brief backstory here. They make the semiconductor chips that AI really uses. The generative processing units are different than the computer processing units of the past, and so NVIDIA really has a stronghold on the market there. The AI that really uses these things like ChatGPT and things like that we've been made aware of, and so NVIDIA is a direct beneficiary of being able to make the chips that ChatGPT and other AI things run on. So that's why they had such a strong earnings report, of course, and they continue to soar. We also saw Meta, Facebook Meta, up 6.7% on the week to $262 per share, which was pretty good there on their point and their behalf. And that is because basically the investors continue to like the company's commitment to their cost structure. They've been reducing their cost structure, of course, over the course of the entire year, and investors are really responding to that there. And finally, let's have a look at Amazon as well, up 3.3% to $120 per share there as well. So lastly, let's cover a bit of crypto, a bit of Bitcoin. As I said, I'm not going to be doing them separate today. In fact, I think moving forward, I'm going to be putting the two together. We can have a look at Bitcoin right now. It has had a relatively strong uptick over the last day or two, well, last few days, should I say, and we're now sitting at $27,225. This is off the back of this run down from, you know, our highs of 31,000, okay, as we said. And if you have been following my previous market updates, especially when it comes to crypto, I have been saying that this 800 EMA, which is this blue line you can see following across here, which is about there where my cursor is, that is a very, very strong support, and we need to be able to break that, and of course obviously break this 50 EMA to show more strength and resilience to the upside. But of course, if we're going to do that, test it and break back down again, then as I said in previous videos, our next target is going to be around the 25k level. I'm surprised, to be honest, that we didn't actually get there this week, because we were on the way down there, but again, mixture of news and other things that came in brought the price of Bitcoin up. Also, don't forget, there's a lot of stuff going on with China at the moment as well, banning and outlawing crypto as usual. So that didn't help, you know, of course, this downside action, but it is responding pretty well. Bear in mind though, we are on the weekend, and weekend is not really a time to judge, you know, the basis of Bitcoin's price action, in my opinion. So that's Bitcoin. Very briefly, let's have a look at this. Of course, Bitcoin is at number one. Ethereum is sitting at $1,847, and XRP is at 47 cents. Now, as we can see, you know, I look at the weekly, especially with these weekly market updates. We can see Bitcoin is up 0.6% here on the week. Ethereum at 1.73% of the week, and generally green all round for crypto this week. It's, you know, which is actually pretty good considering, you know, all this news that we had with, you know, security issues and everything else with Ledger. So that's where I'm going to leave it there with crypto. Actually, I'm going to move on. Of course, I wasn't sharing my screen, was I? All right, I'm gonna have just superimposed that on the video. So anyway, I think that's going to be it for your no nonsense to the point weekly market update. I'm off for the majority of the week next week, ladies and gentlemen, so please bear that in mind. I am going to be traveling. I am going to be spending some time with family abroad for some things that I need to go and sort out, but I will be posting updates where I can. So if you're not following my socials, my Twitter, my Instagram, my TikTok, they are all in the links down below. Okay, all my links, by the way, to help you become a better trader and investor, in my opinion, they are all down in the description box from now on as well, so you can check that there. But yes, again, remember, I'm not going to be here for the majority of next week. Maybe I might try doing a video here and there, but we'll see. It all depends. And again, a final reminder, remember, Monday, bank holiday in the US, so careful there trading. Now, if you're liking these weekly updates, please don't forget to like, hit the subscribe button, and of course, hit that notification bell. You can share out to someone who you may think might benefit from seeing a video like this. The whole point of these weekly close updates for you is to break down what really happened over the course of the week in bite-sized pieces, giving you the information that may help you with your trading week ahead. So I'd really appreciate it if you do hit the like and do all that kind of jazz, because the more you guys interact with these videos, the more of an outreach we can get on these videos and hopefully help as many people as possible. Remember, the point of this channel is to help navigate people through the world of trading and investing. All the links, again, as I said, and resources that keep me ahead of the game are down below in the description box from now on. So feel free to check them out as well. But for now, I'm on to taking the rest of the day off. I'm going to be spending some much needed time with my family, and I hope you do too. I hope you all have a pleasant Sunday, a great start of the week tomorrow, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care.